maybe I am not prepared for what I am praying for. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Juleen, and if it's your first time watching, welcome. Please consider subscribing to my channel so you can see future videos. In the past, I did a video about going on a spiritual sabbatical. And in that video, I had promised you that I would share my progress on this journey. Today, I want to share with you a little of some of the things that I've learned throughout this process. If you have not yet watched this video, I will link the information in the description box below so you can go and watch it. I have learned quite a number of things throughout this process, but I'm just going to share with you 5 of the crucial things that I've learned for the sake of this video. And the first one I want to start with is how to really trust God. I have trusted God before, but during this period, I've learned to trust Him to another level. I trust where when everything is falling apart, I can put my total confidence in God and the promises that He has over my life. And this is not always easy, but throughout this process, I have learned through experience and through God and through the process of God coming through for me on different occasions. So as a result, I am more hopeful, I am more at peace, less annoyed over things when it's not going my way or when things don't happen the time when I want it to. Proverbs 3 verse 5 and 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy path." So it is very important that we learn to trust God completely. The second thing that I've learned throughout this process is the importance of spending time with God. When I spend time reading the Bible and other spiritual books, I realize that my faith and trust increased to another level. Another thing that I realize is that I can hear more clearly when God is actually speaking to me. He also increased my understanding on certain situations. Psalms 119 verse 105 says, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light to my path." So whenever we want to really understand what God is saying to us or the direction that God wants us to go, we should always take that time to spend quality time with Him. The third thing that I've learned throughout this process is how to respect God's timing. In the past, I used to get so frustrated about things when it's not going my way. But now I am slowly learning how to understand that sometimes God withholds certain things from us for our own good. I want to use, for example, the marriage, the unemployment, or even if you're in a job that is not your liking. Sometimes you may wonder, why is it that you cannot get a job in your field of study or with the right salary? But God sometimes wants to hold us back so that He can teach us certain things that whenever He blesses us with whatever we desire, we will be able to handle it. He also wants to show us that we don't have to depend on our qualification or our ability, but He wants to be our sole provider, and He wants total dependence on Him and not what we have. Now, Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in His time." So whenever God feel like He's finished working within us His goodwill, then He will provide all the necessary needs that we think we desire. I also want to look at Psalms 27 verse 14, which said, "Wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and He shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord." So we all have to wait on Him, and we have to respect the work He is doing in us. So the fourth thing that I've learned throughout this process is how to assess myself. The Lord has definitely taught me how to do my own introspection to see if I'm really prepared for some of the things I'm praying for. Now, He has opened my eyes to my strength, my weakness, and some of the things that I need to develop on, some of the things that I need to drop. So sometimes we feel that we are totally prepared and we are totally ready for these things. But the good thing about God is that He will put us in certain situations, and then we realize that we are not totally ready to handle these tasks. Now, Lamentation 3 verse 40 said, "Let us search and try our ways and turn again to the Lord." So the interesting and the most important thing that I've just read in this passage is that when we have searched our own ways and we have tried our own ways based upon the experiences that we will have, we can turn unto the Lord so that He can help us to fix whatever that is not right in us. And this is a major part to my process, where I can actually look in myself and say, God, even though I want this, even though I'm praying with wholehearted for this, maybe I am not prepared for what I am praying for. Now, the final thing that I've learned throughout this process is how to be patient. God wants us to be patient with ourselves, He wants us to be patient with Him, and He wants us to be patient with others. And I know this is a difficult one for me, and it could be for you, because every day my patience is basically tested. I know sometimes we look at our current situation or the level that we are at currently, and we can feel so anxious. But God wants us to enjoy the process as He takes us from point A to point B. I want to leave with you James 1 verses 3 and 4, and it says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So God wants to work out His perfect will in us. So we have to exert that patience with ourselves and also with others. So overall, this spiritual sabbatical has really helped me in my walk with God, really understanding myself, really understanding my situation, enlighten me on many different aspects of life. So I would encourage you to take or try doing a spiritual sabbatical, where you take that time off and focus on God and what He wants for you. You can watch my previous video, as I said, to hear a little more detail about the spiritual sabbatical. Until then, be blessed and be a blessing.